The city of Tshwane is in the national spotlight this week following the deaths now of 17 people there from cholera. Hammanskraal residents saying they have been complaining about water problems for years and they have not been listened to. The city of Tshwane now saying 450 million rand has been set aside over the next 3 years to fast-track upgrades to the Rooiwal wastewater treatment plant and also to help Hammanskraal residents. Our reporter Pule Letshwiti-Jones has been tracking the story. He joins me now from Pretoria. Pule, I believe it was quite a chaotic council session with the EFF marching in with a bottle of water taken from a tap in Hammanskraal, demanding that the mayor and speaker drink that water, which I believe they refused, and saying until they drink that water, they're going to stop the budget being passed, which would allow for the Rooiwal water treatment plant to start getting attention. Am I correct?
Definitely. Sally, look, what was expected to be a very smooth council session descended into chaos. We saw the EFF taking the podium, staging a picket. They were refusing that the finance MMC Peter Sutton deliver the budget speech, which was quite a crucial, important item in terms of speaking to how the monies would be used to resolve the issue of the water crisis in Hammanskraal. We understand that one member from the EFF, of course, one of its caucus leaders, Obakeng Ramabodu, then went to the podium and wanted the mayor, Celia Brink, to drink the water from Hammanskraal, which he refused to do. From there onwards, the speaker decided to take an adjournment for an hour. We came back into council. The speaker again took a 2-hour adjournment before we came back into council again. The EFF then decided to walk out of council, Sally. They were refusing that the MMC deliver the budget speech, saying that 17 lives have succumbed to the issue of the cholera outbreak in Hammanskraal. But the ANC then, with a shocking move, decided to follow the EFF and walk out of council. This meant that the MMC delivered the budget speech to the multi-party coalition. The two parties were still furious that the MMC decided to disseminate the copy of the budget speech to the public using various social media platforms, including WhatsApp. They were demanding an apology, but also wanted the mayor to deliver the budget speech, and therefore the mayor refused to do so, and we saw the EFF and the ANC walking out of council. It wasn't quite a smooth council session, I tell you, Sally.
Sounds like it. So has the money, because earlier I heard the mayor saying that this behaviour means that we can't actually pass the budget needed to start repairing Rooiwal. Was that budget ultimately passed? Where are we with the money that needs to flow towards fixing this problem?
Well, look, looking at council rules, the MMC for Finance did and was within the correct ambit of the law to actually pass the budget with those who were inside council. We just don't know what will be the next move from the EFF and the ANC, because they are supposed to argue whether they're in support of the budget or not. And tomorrow is the council sitting. So we could be expecting more chaos to descend inside this council session tomorrow, because the EFF and the ANC did walk out. But the multi-party coalition is quite confident that, come rain or sunshine, they're continuing with this budget speech that the MMC delivered today. And they are arguing urgency to say this money has to be used for that Rooiwal water plantation to ensure that the community can have clean running water. So let me just break it down for you. 2.5 billion rand is needed to actually repair that Rooiwal water plant. The city only has a budget of about 2.3 billion rand. From the budget, they've committed to use 450 million for that Rooiwal water project, and the rest will have to ask for loans and get help from national government.
Wow. Yes, exactly. So their whole budget wouldn't even cover the first phase of fixing this water treatment plant. We know that the mayor is speaking with the Water Affairs Minister, and he said, please, let's stop the politicking. But we're seeing more politicking today. Some, of course, might say that that anger is quite justified, particularly given the fact that there have been a succession of mayors who have failed to act when the red flag was raised about problems about Rooiwal. However, interestingly, the DA mayor today saying heads are going to roll when they root out corruption. Let's take a listen to what he said a little earlier.
We've got to be very open and honest about that. It's not just allegations. It's in fact a forensic investigation that implicates several officials of the city. That forensic report served in this council late last year before I was elected the mayor. The disciplinary steps against the officials implicated in that report are already underway. So that's very important to note. I have said that the supply chain management system of this city is like a festering sore that infects the entirety of the body of the city. If we're not open about that, we're not going to solve the issue.
Very strong words there, Pule, from the mayor. He seems absolutely determined. Bit of a deadlock, though, it seems, in council at this stage. Meanwhile, if we step away from what's going on the political front and the accountability front, we're hearing that 17 people have now been confirmed to have died of cholera. We were also told on Monday that by today, test results would show us the source of where these people contracted cholera. Of course, the big worry is, could it have got into the tankers, or could it have got into the piped water system, or is it from elsewhere? Any word at all at this stage of results of those tests?
Yeah, Sally, before I go into that, I know you're going to be speaking to Hammanskraal as well, who's been quite very, active in the investigations that have been going on at the Rooiwal water plant treatment. And we also do understand now the EFF will be opening a case tomorrow against the city. They believe that there's a prominent business leader whose company was awarded close to 300 million rand to resolve that issue. But to date, nothing has been done. And that will be part and parcel of those investigations the mayor was talking about there. But moving on to what will be happening tomorrow. We were expecting a report today which would have detailed the source of contamination for this cholera outbreak, from where it would have emanated from. We haven't received that. The MMC for Utility Services, Themba Fosi, team is saying we will only get the outcome tomorrow. I believe that tomorrow as well, the Department of Health in Gauteng will give us an update in terms of where we stand with the death toll, which has risen today to 17. We saw that there are still more patients who are being treated with this illness as well. And we're waiting anxiously to see if whether the numbers would have been contained or the death toll will rise tomorrow. So tomorrow will be quite an interesting day to see as to how far are we with the treatment and as well contamination of this cholera outbreak, which has challenged and where many residents in Hammanskraal are in great fear.
Yeah, absolutely. The story developing on many different fronts. Thank you so much for that update. eNCA reporter Pule Letshwiti-Jones coming to us there from Pretoria.